G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game on a brand new map in Age of Empires 4, one that has never been seen before. You may be familiar with Boulder Bay, you may be familiar with Boner Bay, but have you seen Boredom Bay? This is the brand new map coming out for Age of Empires 4. Mister is going to be spawning in the south of the map, playing on the Rus, his opponent. I've fallen asleep already, Lidicor. This is another Rus mirror on Boulder Bay. Surely there has got to be something else that is going on in this game today.
I certainly hope so. At least looking at the fish positions, you can say that B got himself a very lucky dock position over there, right next to the shoreline. But as you said, it is a matchup that we have been seeing more and more, and unfortunately it is currently just so Rus-sided out here. You got a house coming in for Mista, but he dropped the dock first. This is the usual meta. You have to drop your dock, but drop your dock. That's a nice tongue twister. Anyways, you have to drop your dock at first and then drop the house after it, because if you delay your dock by just, let's say 15-20 seconds, you already fall behind by half a fishing ship. And this matchup is really about having 5 to 10 seconds advantage going into Feudal Age.
Well, I'm glad that you've explained that to us, and I'd love to take this matchup a bit more seriously, but I'm guaranteeing you, at this point in time, anybody who's watching this on Twitch or anybody who's clicking this video on YouTube's probably seen this matchup on this map a few times in the last couple of days, last couple of weeks even. It's becoming a more and more regular thing, so I think we might switch it up a little bit, Lidicor. I don't know how we're going to switch. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how we're going to possibly switch it up. I'm going to start... Let's do bets on how long this game is going to go, Lidicor. The closest person, they get a special reward. A mystery reward.
A mystery reward. One thing to note is that Mista has placed his dock at probably the worst possible spot. Obviously, the players can't scout the deep fish with their scout because their line of sight isn't usually big enough to spot it. But you see that his dock is just far away from both of those deep fish droplets. Whereas for B, he actually found the best possible spot for himself. So this is already a big advantage over here for B. Exactly what he wants to start with over here. There
are many fish that are out on this map. Unfortunately, yeah, you're actually 100% missed a little bit of a distance that he's got to travel out here. So I'm just going to do some quick calculation here. How many seconds? Or let's count how many seconds. I want to do the math, all right? How many seconds does it take for the Lodya attack ship, or the Lodya fishing boat to get over there? Okay, let's count. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds for it to get over there. And it means over the course of 4 fishing boats, that's 36 seconds that he's not gathering where his opponent is gathering. And you can see now he's clicked up to the next age, 9 villages on that landmark. Let's compare it over to B, and you can see how much further ahead he is. Is this the worst Rus spawn ever, Lidicor?
Possibly. And you see that B is going to be up to Feudal Age faster and only building it with 8 villagers. And I was looking at the resources while you were counting. I was like, dude, Mista had like 200 food in the bank, and B already had the 400 he needed.
Yeah.
And there is already the first couple of
GG, go next.
Damage potentially done. There is the first fishing ship out there. Only one being sent. But as you see, it's cutting off the retreat path as well to the dock. And because Mista is so far away, he's going to have to sail all the way back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boulder Bay. I am Aussie Drongo. I'll be your host today. We've got a short match for you. Currently tuning in, it's 4 minutes through this game. I suspect it probably won't be going for much longer. I'll give you a minute at tops, because unfortunately it looks like we've got a bit of a... He just deleted the boat. He said, I'm not even going to do it.
He had to. I mean, if you think about it, he was converting it into a combat ship, and the worst thing that can happen is that you convert it, and it is already damaged because it was exposed to that combat ship. He was behind in that conversion process. He had to delete that, otherwise he would have had no use of that combat ship. This way, at least, he probably got the resources back, I presume.
B already with an absolutely demolishing opening here, managing to sneak out a little bit of victory so far. But look at this. You call that a deep water fish? That's not a deep water fish. Look how close that deep water fish is there for B right now. This is not a deep water fish. This is barely a shallow water fish. B now going to be looking to potentially add a bit more in when it comes to the forces of his opponent. Mister moving up towards the north. He unfortunately takes a few shots there. We see them trying to begin trading out. It looks like we've got the double lodger attack ship transition coming over on that position as well. And now down towards the south. Well, at least it's over, Lidakor. I got no idea what triggered that, but I have enjoyed this game a lot more than I have other Rus mirrors. So, to all those watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. That was great fun. What happened there? What happened there? What happened right there?
I wish I knew. Like seriously, I feel like looking at those Feudal Age times, I was like 80% sure that Mister is in like serious trouble with all those fish. But then he just sent forth his combat ships. He probably felt like he was gonna be able to do some damage, and then he saw the numbers of the opponent. Like, that's the only thing I can think about. He saw how many combat ships the opponent has, and he saw how many he has, and he's like, okay, whatever. Or maybe he himself is like, okay, I'm behind on this, and I have no desire to play this map in this matchup, because he knows how important water is. He might just be like, okay, I'm on the back foot. There is no point struggling for 15 minutes or 20 minutes in this game where we already know that B has a big advantage.
Okay, that's a little bit awkward. I tried to reload the replay just to see exactly what is happening. My game just crashed. But I will note that before this game started, I ran a little bit of a poll on my channel, a prediction, if you will. And I asked the question, who will win the following game? Do you know what the two options were, Lidakor?
Yes and no.
No, the two options were nobody and no one. And it really seems like at this point, nobody won that last game. I mean, the viewers didn't win. I didn't have a good experience as a caster. I definitely... Hold on. Oh, that's... What am I... I'm looking at Lenok. I want to be looking at B. There we go. Yeah, I've got really no idea what happened in that game and what contributed to that. I'm going to go do a little bit of inspection. I want to see... Apparently, there might have been a bit of action down towards the south.
Yeah, the wreck is accessible now.
I've got good news. I mean, it's good news for some, bad news for others. It was the wrong map. So they used the wrong map seed.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because the thing is that every time, like the way this works, and this is, I think, a good talking point for the viewers that might not know how this works. So the way it works is that for the later rounds of tournaments, the admin is giving you a seed. These seeds are pre-picked. It's impossible to make perfect seeds because what the admins basically do before the tournament is just generate hundreds of maps and pick the best ones. But one thing that happens is that the seed is only given to the players immediately before start. Like, the players set